Roundup is a brand name. It's not a chemical formula. So what's actually in the product called Roundup that's actually a problem?
I knew you were going to ask me that question. The most important ingredient is called glyphosate. I don't know what it's made of, but that's its name. There are a number of other chemicals that are mixed in with that, seemingly or supposed to be harmless, but I can't even pronounce them. So I'm wishing you good luck, and you can read this information, which comes from the Natural News website.
Naturalnews.com. Okay. Commercial glyphosate formulas contain dozens of highly toxic inert ingredients. Glyphosate itself is not the only major cause for concern when it comes to the chemical's use. As it turns out, Roundup and many other commercial glyphosate formulas are also loaded with all sorts of so-called inert ingredients, which are not indicated on the label. Naughty, naughty. As highlighted in the glyphosate report, these inert ingredients typically carry with them their own toxicity, triggering many of the same harmful side effects as glyphosate in isolation. Okay, there's a list here. 5-chloro-2-methyl 3-isothiazolone, for example, is a chemical component used in Roundup that has been linked to causing both allergic reactions and genetic damage in laboratory tests. 3-lodo-2-propylbutyl carbamate, a biocide often used in biocide formulas, has been shown to cause thyroid damage and growth abnormalities in test subjects. Lovely. Other harmful glyphosate ingredients include petroleum distillates, polyoxyethylene, alkylamine, and methyl p-hydroxyl benzoate, which are linked to fertility problems, genetic damage, and other harm. 4 laboratory studies published in the late 1990s demonstrated the ability for glyphosate and glyphosate-containing herbicide products to cause genetic damage, adds the report. 3 recent studies demonstrated a link between glyphosate exposure and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of cancer. Soil persistence, water contamination, drift damage to plants and animals, in a genetic term I presume, and superweeds are all among the major concerns and causes with regards to glyphosate. None of these issues has been properly addressed by governing authorities, and yet glyphosate continues to increase in use year after year.
So that website is naturalnews.com.
Yep. Roundup is a herbicide. Its purpose is to kill plants. That's its purpose, its engineered purpose. Monsanto claim that human health is not impacted, but it turns out that is not true. So how is human health impacted?
Right. Well, as you said, Monsanto has always claimed that we're not affected because we don't have the Shikimate pathways that are affected by Roundup. We do have, however, a series of similar type activities going on in the body, which include the cytochrome P450 group of enzymes. And there are something like 1,100 of these that work in the body, each of which has a different purpose. Now, it appears that glyphosate actually interferes very, very badly with that whole group of enzymes. It stops their production and it stops the work that they do. So apart from the cytochrome P450 enzyme group, the first is related to nutritional deficiencies. The second is related to a very low energy level for all sorts of different reasons. The third is interference in metabolic pathways. The fourth one is a disturbance of brain function. And the fifth is disruption of the detoxification process.
After filming the video, I simplified the categories even further, as the diagram shows.
Now, nutrient deficiencies occur for a number of different reasons. The first one is that when the glyphosate kills off much of the bacteria in the gut, and particularly kills off the beneficial bacteria, then we have a problem because the food in the gut is not processed properly by that bacteria, which is what their job is. And also the bad guy bacteria produce toxins, and these toxins have to be disposed of by the body. The second reason for low nutrition is the problem of chelation, which we've just talked about before. It occurs in plants, but it also occurs in the body. The minerals, essential minerals, things like selenium, molybdenum, manganese, become chelated, and therefore they are unable to be absorbed into the body. And it's as if they're not there. So chelation is a very, very major problem. Added to that is the fact that if the body requires these minerals, they're really, really important. So if we don't have access to them, or if they can't be absorbed by the body, then the body actually starts to overeat in search of the minerals that it's looking for. And this causes a major problem. So what we regard as obesity is in fact a sign of malnutrition, selective malnutrition, because what we're doing is missing some of the essential minerals that the body needs.
It is interesting to compare the amount of glyphosate used in the production of corn and soybeans with the increase in the levels of obesity in the United States.
The third reason why we have a nutritional deficiency is that the plants are supposed to create a whole lot of things like amino acids and vitamins that we need in our food. If they've been exposed to glyphosate, they're not creating those. So we then have to make those things. We actually have the ability to make them, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy on our part to make them. But they are lacking in the food that we're eating because of the glyphosate affecting the plants.
The following diagrams summarize the main points of what I have just been discussing.
In plants, we've discovered that the major element that's required is sulfur. And for some reason, sulfur is a major problem in many of the processes that are carried on in the body because it's just lacking. Why this is, I'm not terribly sure. It could be that our farming methods are such that the sulfur is actually being used up in the soil and hasn't been replaced. It could be that the humus in the soil, which should contain a lot of sulfur, is now lacking, and that's why it's missing. It could be that the glyphosate is interfering with the absorption of sulfur, which should, under normal circumstances, come from the water and the food we eat. Now, sulfur should be present in the amino acids that the plants should produce for us to eat. But if they're not doing that, then of course there's no sulfur. Just to give you an indication of just how important sulfur is, it's present in every cell in our body. It's part of the oxidation process for all cells. It makes up the connective tissues. It's present in all the amino acids and enzymes that carry on so many different processes in the body. So and this is only a small part of the list. I could go on for ages on what sulfur does. So the sulfur seems to be missing. We don't know exactly why.